Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is October the 4th, 2018. Strong hand, long-term thinking, unconfiscatable. Bitcoin first. This is where the big boys play. Yeah, October the 4th, 2018, and October the 5th, which is tomorrow, those days are basically 9 months after New Year's Eve. So this is a very common day for people to be born. I know a friend of mine is born today, and I wish him a happy birthday. So wish your friends a happy birthday today. Their parents conceived them on New Year's Eve, most likely. So yes, this is a very popular day to be born. All right. So speaking of one Bitcoin, I just want to remind everyone that, yesterday I mentioned on the show that Coinbase now has 25 million users. Well, there's not enough Bitcoin for each of those users to own one Bitcoin apiece. There's only going to be 21 million ever. So that puts it in perspective, and that reminds all of you how unique you are if you own one Bitcoin, and thus the name of this show. So aim for that one Bitcoin, then that second Bitcoin, then third, that 10th, that 20th, that 100th, whatever it may be. Now, again, when I'm thinking about the users on Coinbase and what they sell on Coinbase currently, they also sell something called Ethereum Classic, and they're only going to ever be like 210 or 230 million of them. So even every Coinbase user everyone won't be able to own 10 Ethereum Classic, which, that's not that big of a deal, but it shows you the direction Coinbase is going to have to go in, because 80%ers aren't down with owning fractions of coins, okay? They want whole coins. They want lots of coins. So Coinbase is going to have to keep on adding coins, because they're all 80%ers want to diversify for the sake of diversification. And they want to feel special because they have more than one or more than 10 of certain coins. And again, they should just be darn happy with having a half a Bitcoin. That's going to be pretty awesome in the future, but most of them aren't long-term thinkers, and they can't defer gratification. They want it now. Hey, if you want it now, buy a lot of Bitcoin now and pound that freaking like button. Well, speaking about the present, tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, that is 3:30 p.m. in London, 4:30 p.m. in South Africa, This Week in Bitcoin show on this channel. Zach Vol will be on, Murad will be on, Abraham Cambridge will be on. These are all guys that have been on the show before, all guys that I use their tweets, and they're great dudes. So tune in tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. New York time. That's 7:30 a.m. in Los Angeles for all my West Coast folks out there. Another reminder, JW Weatherman, he's got a great course out there. I linked to his Twitter below. Contact him if you want to take his course. It's online. Mention Adam Meister or Meister. You get $50 off the course. So check that out. And if you can't get in touch with them, you can email me at adam@trezorhelp.com. If you need a crypto consultation, help setting up your Trezor, and I can tell you how to get in touch with them, put you in touch with them, with JW. Oh, yeah, I'm offended by selling. You better believe I'm freaking offended by selling. It might be the afternoon here in lovely Santiago, Chile, and I'm about to go running, but I'm still offended by selling. Strengthen those hands, people. Don't panic. Hang on to your Bitcoin. Defer gratification. You don't need your fiat. You're going to value your wealth in Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. So is there such thing as an altcoin holder of last resort? Do they have the conviction level of those of us in Bitcoin who are Bitcoin holders of last resort? Who, I mean, I've said this many times, I'm going down with that ship. If Bitcoin was going to zero, and it's not going to zero, because if it went to zero, all cryptocurrency would fall apart. First of all, there'd be no more cryptocurrency. But people like me, Trace Mayer, all sorts of people, we do not get rid of our Bitcoin. We go down with the ship, baby. There's some people, they say they're holders, but then they panic. There were people talking about being, we're holders, it's worth $15,000. When it went down to 6,000, when it hit that Hoffman line, pound that freaking like button and bounced right off of it, because it keeps on bouncing off. They panicked, they sold, whatever. And they sold long, but they say they were holders. We're true holders of that. But does that exist in the altcoin community? Are there people like that? They're like, yeah, man, my IOTA, I'm never selling it. I'm never selling my IOTA. I'm going down with the IOTA ship. I'm an IOTA holder of no, there's not people. I mean, there might be a couple flaky people out there, but the people that are there's no conviction behind it. They'd be they're into EOS, they're into Tron. They can switch it up like that. The Bitcoin holder of last resort is a unique beast. What a beast. Be a beast. Strong hand. But seriously, I mean, do you know some altcoin holders of last resort? I mean, they're never gonna give up their altcoin. It means so much. They value their wealth in that altcoin. It's apples and oranges, people. But there's so many people out there, so many companies, even Coinbase, that want to make it seem like Bitcoin is the same thing as the number 24 cryptocurrency on coin market cap, or the number 51, 72, 1983 world champions. Pound that like button. So no, and they're not. But hey, you can be an 80%er. You can fall into the trap. You can be a bit connector. Take your easy way out of life, and you'll pay the price. But hey, personal responsibility is a new counterculture. So we have we've talked about Baakt on this, Baakt. We've talked about that. There might be a rival to it soon. Brokerage giant. I linked to this below. Everything I talk about in this video is linked to below. Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TechBalt. I'm Bitcoin Meister on Steemit. But going back to this, brokerage giant TD Ameritrade, a slew of high-speed traders and a long list of Wall Street firms are getting behind a brand new market for crypto called ErisX. The firm announced Wednesday, that was yesterday, the venture, which is being led by trading veteran Thomas Chippas, would provide a place for individuals and institutions to trade cryptocurrencies and derivatives tied to digital assets. Yikes. According to a news release put out by the firm ErisX, which is seeking regulatory approval to list futures tied to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bcash, and Litecoin. It announced it closed a fundraising round. So check that out. Yes, derivatives tied to digital assets. I don't mess with it. Control your private key. Don't trust these custodial services. But hey, people are going to do this. Institutions are going to get in this way. The more competition, the better. Baakt can't handle it all. So let there be competition of Baakt. It'll keep them honest. But the holders of last resort, we really keep all these dudes honest, baby. We're wicked beasts, aren't we? But wicked in a good way. Wicked like some hipster would say. Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? I heard that I'm so out of the mainstream. The NHL started last night. I didn't even know. Don't waste your time on things like that. But if you do, I'm predicting Dodgers over Houston in 7 in the World Series. Yeah. There's your baseball And I'm probably darn wrong about it. And I am biased because I'm an Oriole fan, and they're two teams I especially don't like in the American League playoffs right now. And we won't name their names. Okay, so Venture MGTOW had a very interesting idea that he shared in the chat section. And there are people in the chat right now. Thanks for the super chat, dudes. And Venture always sends a super chat. He's great. But he mentioned a tip about traveling with your Trezor. He said he would, well, he said he'd put a Trezor in the package that it came in, and put it in his suitcase. He also said he would erase his Trezor before traveling with it. But I thought that's a good idea for all you people who get these storage devices: a digital Bitbox, a Trezor, a Ledger Nano, or whatever. Keep your box. Keep the box it came in. And then if you're traveling with it, put it back in the box. Seal the box up. Make it look like it's brand new. And to tell you, I actually have traveled with the Ledger HW1. I was given one, actually, in one of the many locations I've been. Completely sealed from a trusted person. And it was never open. And I traveled with it to many different countries in my check-in bag, actually. And nothing ever happened. I was never questioned. It wasn't stolen. I don't recommend doing something like that. Keeping it in your check-in bag. But you're taking it, if you have to travel with a device like that, save the box it came in, keep it in your carry-on bag with you, and it's an interesting idea on the part of Venture MGTOW. So thank you. So we got a tweet out there from John Matonis, and we'll conclude with this tweet because I got to go running. Money does not have a morality. One man's ethical currency is another man's unethical currency. Let's not conflate smart money with being ethical or having values. So yeah, read that over again. Think about that. We can't, there are going to be bad dudes that use Bitcoin, but no one can stop them. And it's not my business to stop them. Okay. They're adding value to it. And again, what you can say it's an ethical currency because you're doing good things with it, but then some people are going to say it's an unethical currency because drug dealers are using it. Let's not conflate smart money with being ethical or having values. All right, money does not have morality. I want to say I see. Oh, JC is in the super chat in the chat, straight out of South Africa. He knows what's up. Shout outs to everybody in South Africa and the Vention also in Washington State. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the links below, pound that like button. And yes, for motivation, I'll say hi to you in a second too, dude. He's in England. And yet tomorrow's show, 10:30 a.m. Tune in here Eastern time. And that is 3:30 p.m. in London. Bye.